Welcome, guys, to Evmo, another movie review, and this time we're gonna talk about Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Okay, do you want to start it first?
Okay, keep in mind this is going to be a very polarizing review because both of us are fan. So we're going in at first with critics' eye, then we're going to go in on fans' eyes because we're going to be biased and both because being Star Wars it has an effect for all of us, and we're going to talk about what we like and what we didn't like. And then, so what did you think? Oh yeah, keep in mind, all of us are fan. We're all fan. We grew up with Star Wars. We love Star Wars. Star Wars. Our movie, The Apostle, which is available on YouTube channel, and look for The Apostle series, is also based on Star Wars.
Yep.
See, prove that that movie has an impact for us. And then let's talk about Force Awakens first. I like Force Awakens, even though it feels, it's basically a copy of New Hope. I didn't mind Force Awakens. I had so much fun with Force Awakens, even though there's certain characters, moment, death, and whatnot. But I still like Force Awakens because since we never get to review Force Awakens, I'm giving it 4 out of 5 star for Force Awakens. The rest of the Star Wars movie, the original trilogy, are all 5 star. I love Return of the Jedi, and then I also didn't mind the prequel. Episode 1, I would give it 3 star. I didn't mind Episode 1 because I was 8 years old when that came out.
Yeah.
Because we were a kid, so it's okay. Attack of the Clone, I will give it 3 star as well. Revenge of the Sith, I'm giving it 4 star because it's awesome. The Revenge of the Sith, when Anakin turns into Darth Vader once.
The one that he did the no.
Yes, despite the no and the you look so beautiful, the romantic part. Well, I give it 4 star. Rogue One, I'm giving it 4 star as well, and then Force Awakens also 4 star. The original trilogy are all 5 star. So, what do you think of the previous movie? Because we need to condense our review.
The Force Awakens, I would give it a 4 out of 5. I kind of like it as well, but because of that plot, it's about similar to the previous old one. I think that's another way of like not to make the fans go crazy, and for new fans to come in, they make it a movie like that. And then after that, the 1, 2, 3, I'll give it the first one, the first one, not the
Original
yeah,
trilogy.
the original trilogy. I'll give it. It's been a while since I watched it though.
What? You never seen it 100,000 times?
Even if I see it 100,000 times, my memory lifespan is very short.
Oh, man.
I've not seen the second movie though, where they had Clone Wars, I think they call it.
That's the prequel, yeah, the Clone Wars.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna talk about the 3 prequels first because I'll give the number 1. I kind of like the number 1 though, even though people like Jar Jar Binks like and whatnot. I'll give it a 4 out of 5 because I really hate Jar Jar Binks. No, it was seriously like I was a kid, and I kind of like the way they jump around, lightsaber fights. It was like really cool.
We were kids, we love fart jokes. We even love fart jokes now. We love stuff. But anyway, so you haven't seen the second one, right?
I seen bits of it because I can't really remember. I know there's 3CPO like getting transformed to a drone, and it's like, I can't control my body or something like that,
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't seem to remember the second one very well though. That's the thing.
Okay.
So I'm giving it a 3 out of 5 because I can't seem to remember it very well.
So 3?
The third one, I like that one.
Yes.
That had like it's not most epic fight. I mean, it might be the most worthy one among all the prequels, So I'll give that a 4 as well, 4 out of 5.
Good. So what about the Force Awakens? 4, right? Or 4?
Oh, the trilogy original one, I kind of like all of it actually. Yeah, I'll give it all of 5, which is kind of it's cool in a way that they're able to bring. They're able to use puppet Yoda, but then the prequels they use CGI, right?
Yeah. Except episode 1, they use puppet and then they change it into CGI. So CGI anywhere. The episode 1.
But wouldn't it cost more? Like,
No, George Lucas has money. But anyway.
You make a point there.
Mhm.
So I'll give it all of 5. So yeah.
Now we're on to The Last Jedi. So what do we think? So, coming from the both of us, at first, right, this is my reaction to The Last Jedi. Yay! Uh, yay! No spoilers, but I liked it some part, but overall I don't really liked it. I don't love it as much as I expected. I expected to have a different storyline. I do expect all of that. I don't expect it to, kind of retread episode 5 and 6, The Return of the Jedi, because some part kind of reminds me of Return of the Jedi, and then some part remind me of Empire Strikes Back. But overall, the storyline is a bit slow this time. The movie is longer, and then the visual effects are fine, but except some ropey ones, because some animal looks unrealistic, looks very rubbery, and Porks. Yeah. So the music is also quite forgettable because there's nothing new. But I do like the soundtrack, but not all of it. I mean, not the entire soundtrack, because there are only one new themes to the movie, only one theme, and then the characters are fine, and then not fine, they're fantastic. All characters are fantastic. The actors did their job brilliantly. Especially my favorite is of course Mark Hamill, and then of course one of my favorite is my hero of all time, my favorite sci-fi hero, not superhero. Superhero is Batman. Sci-fi wise, Luke Skywalker. I grew up with Luke Skywalker, and it's my childhood hero. But my other favorite actors is Adam Driver, who stars Kylo Ren. I love Kylo Ren in this movie.
It's kind of like hard to believe that he used to be a military man last time, I think, and he just started acting, which is kind of good.
Yeah. And then again, Adam Driver did a fantastic job here, because earlier this year, late this year, I saw him in Logan Lucky. I haven't shown you that.
Yeah.
Adam Driver's in it, and he's fantastic. It's funny. It's very, very funny in that movie. So I'll recommend you Logan Lucky. And then the rest all did a job terrifically. Even Carrie Fisher did her job amazing, brilliantly. And then of course rest in peace, Carrie Fisher. At least we get to see her daughter play a prominent role in this movie. Do you know which one of her is her daughter? The girl. No. The girl with the buns, the younger medical. Oh, she's the control room lady.
Oh, the one that they're coming through the door.
Yes, that's Carrie Fisher's daughter.
I didn't know.
That's her. Yeah. At least she gets a prominent role in this movie. So actors did a fantastic job. Visual effects are really good. Music's okay, it's fine. And then storyline is the problem with this movie. It drags on and on and on and on.
Yeah, it felt like really long though.
Yes, exactly. And then the worst part is the infamous casino scene. Everyone hates it.
That felt like a filler in the movie.
Yeah, it felt like a side quest in Skyrim. Where you need to do this person, and then might need to find this person, and then need to do this, and need to do that, and then go here and then there. For what outcome? Nothing. No spoiler, but basically it's useless. Just cut it out and then done. The movie's 20 minutes short, probably. So overall it's fine for us, but as a fan, I didn't really enjoy this one. The second time viewing, because I watched it twice. The second time, no. So what do you think? You need to summarize yours before we get into spoiler.
Okay, from my one, basically. Oh yeah, the scene where they go for the casino thing, I think they make it there just for Finn to make a relationship bond with the other girl that he went with. No spoiler there. So yeah, I think it's just that, like nothing much. And then like Kelvin said, for him, he's excited, but at the same time, it's not really his kind of a movie kind of thing, Like it's there, but it's not really there. Same goes for me, like I like the whole thing, but at some point I'm like, is this really necessary in there? You know, the kind of thing.
Go on.
But I was like really tired at there, like really tired. Him also, we both were really tired. But definitely the movie like really make our eyes stick to it, you know.
But there are some moments there where my brother Nick, he fell asleep.
Yeah, he told me he fell asleep during the first phase of the movie where war was happening. But
Oh, and he even fell asleep throughout the casino scene as well. And then he woke up once they are at the ship. I mean, the other ship. I'm not gonna spoil. Not yet. Anyway, yeah.
so yeah, and then I think this is all just. I think all of this happened for a reason. Like they're definitely gonna bring this to the next movie where rest in peace Leia again, because she's definitely not gonna be in the next movie already, you know. So I kind of like how they show, like previous movie Paul was reckless, but in this movie itself he was like really reckless. You know, I got excited that alright, the bomber plane, the bomber ship.
We got high hope for this character.
Yeah, he at first I was like, oh dang, he's gonna be so cool. Then I realized, shit, he just killed so many people with one bloody command. So he got really like, you know, useless.
Yeah.
I mean like
The girls are taking over.
yeah, the girls are taking over while like Poe is getting useless, you know. He is trying in the movie, he's trying his best, but at the same time he's killing more than he's killing the enemy, you see. Oh, and one more thing, I just realized there wasn't any shield on the dreadnought. Did you notice that?
Oh yeah, that's right. There's no shield. Huh. Why?
Because when I watched the movie, I just like when I came back home, I just realized, wait a minute, why does other ship like especially Leia's, they're like full shield on the back side of the ship, and then they got a cover from the back. But when Paul went in and attacked the dreadnought, they didn't put up any shield. Or was it because he already entered within their range? Even if they put up, he's already in the shield.
You're not supposed to spoil. We need to talk about the movie in technical wise first.
I'm technically wise.
Okay.
So-
alright. So no, I did not notice that. That's the problem with this movie. So too much plot holes. Because we haven't get into the spoiler yet, and it's already we've found the plot holes. Michael found it, and I found some others as well later. But overall, let's get into rating before we get into spoilers. So, any one of you interested in the movie, go ahead. It's a good.
It's a good family movie.
No, not really. Jumanji is a good family movie, apparently. Yeah. So, if a family movie, I would recommend Jumanji. Because the audience in our cinema yesterday, the second time viewing, everyone was dead silent. Comedy fell flat in this movie. So, I'm giving it a 3-star out of 5, you know. Alright, it's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. Technical wise, cinematography, music, and then visual effects, it's all subpar with the rest of the Jedi Star Wars movie. It's good. It's very good. A good movie, but a not good Star Wars movie. It's not the worst. There are other Star Wars movies that are way worse than this, but it's not really a good Star Wars movie. It's one of those categories where it's not really as good as the rest. The critics saying it's better than it's as good as Empire. I kind of disagree. I disagree with critics this time. So have at it if you want to comment and beat me up, smash me, or just criticize me. I don't care. It's not really that good to me, for me. So what do you think?
I don't know, because I don't really realize a lot of subplot of empty black hole scenes.
Okay,
Unless we talk about it more, but I was really excited able to see different kind of ships. You know, I'm like a guy that really loves ship. That's the reason why I used to like Han Solo, because he had the best ship and whatnot. You know, and how he always had those fight. And that's why I kind of like Poe as well in here. But because Poe recklessness, command, but I still get to see a lot of good ships and good space fight. I'm still gonna give it a 4 out of 5 though, because I kind of like it, but at the end I kind of hate it as well. But we're gonna talk it right about now.
Now let's get on to spoiler territory. So, okay, now spoiler.
Oh, me?
Because it's a polarizing review. You liked it more than I do.
Okay. Spoiler. Leia has Force. I mean, like you think like you're gonna say, yeah, she knows the Force. Of course, she knows the Force. but the Force gave her power to move on.
It's a good way to not telling the audience that oh Leia's dead as well as Carrie Fisher is dead, and then oh no, this is so disrespectful towards for the actress. But they gave her a force, and she kind of looks like Palpatine in a robe, something like that. And then yeah, at first it looks kind of hokey, but there's a reason to it. I mean, it's awesome to see Leia as a character has force, because we never get to see her use force. We saw her communicating with Luke through force before many times through like, Luke, I feel it. Then she knows.
Yeah, when he got his arm cut off, like
yeah, that's the one. That's what I'm talking about. Then she's like, Luke. Well, that part I'm not.
Goosebumps when that happened.
I know, and then there's a scene right where oh crap! The second time I'm viewing, tears roll out. Okay, this movie, despite a flawed movie, it brought a tear to my eyes. Not one, not twice, but a couple of times, 3 times I think. The first time was during the cheap move R2. Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. The hologram. Oh my goodness, because when the music, the Leia theme music, oh darn, it reminds me of A New Hope. And then wow, it feels, you get the feels. And then when
you get goosebumps when it's like R2, my old buddy,
the old friend, and
then he be like, nothing can change my mind. Then they call Leia like cheap moves,
and then hey, watch the language. I like that scene. I like that moment in Star Wars whenever there's reminding you back of the, not forcing you as in hey, remember this, remember that, like in A New Force Awakens, where everything's like a hey, look at this one.
It's very subtle.
Very subtle. It's not discreet. It's more like Remember the good times. I like that scene. And then for Leia uses her force and to float in space. And then they also they put in the final track in Leia's theme in full blast, in full glory. I like that music so much. And then when you see her utilizing the force, there's a feel. I like that feel. Okay, anything else?
Well, during that scene, I actually held my breath. Like, oh no, here goes another character died. Then suddenly her hand like twitch. Then she just got up like.
No. She becomes Superman and Batman be Superman.
No, after he got blown up, then the sun touched his face like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like because. I feel like she has to connect to the Force in a way that when we watch the movie and then Rey is like saying to Luke that you cut off yourself from the Force. So I'm assuming because they're blood relative, or maybe the Force is like, oh, since your brother doesn't want our power, here you go, we saved your life this time, that kind of feeling. Yeah. So, but yeah, I was shocked, when Leia's like, Luke, you cut yourself from the Force. Like, can you do that in the first place? Because I don't like read the comics or what, the people that make, so I don't really know a lot of things,
Yeah. And then another thing that kind of drags me a bit, because the movie is kind of set bound a bit, because I know they made a lot of set, but it's only taking place in a one ship, the rebel ship. I'm sorry, the resistance ship, the main one, the main cruiser. Sometimes it's cut back to Ahch-To, the planet Ahch-To, where Rey is having training with Luke. But even though despite Luke's reluctance and hesitation, we cut back to the cruiser and whatnot. It doesn't feel grand in that moment, that part. It doesn't feel like there's a new world and whatnot. We only get to see 2 planets, and that's.
Not really. We get to see Casino World.
Yeah, Casino World, and the other planet, the white planet, Crate or something. I don't know, the Crate or something they call it. The Canto Bight first, and then the Crate, and that's the only 2 planets they're showing this movie. The rest are all basically space, and then just inside of the interior of the ship, and that's it. Basically, nothing grand. That's my problem with it. And then just show those 2 places, and then the cinematography make it I do like the whole junkyard looking shape because it doesn't look like Star Trek with clean and lush. The whole place look junk. It look like our room here. The storage. I said I like that. I like that because it shows that Star Wars is basically aging and whatnot. And then the casino, they do mention that there are a lot of practical effects in the movie, which is fine. The casino ones, so many practical effects in there.
Oh,
Yeah. And then there's some CG element, but there's some creepy looking practical effects. Because when I saw it the second time, oh, that creature doesn't look right. Oh, that looks creepy. And then oh yeah, what we haven't mentioned the other two celebrity, not cameo. Cameos later. The two celebrity introduction, starting from Laura Dern, who plays as Holdo, the lady with the purple hair.
Oh yeah.
She's the Ellie Sattler from Jurassic Park. The love interest in Jurassic Park, the first one, yeah, that's Ellie Sattler.
She looks different.
I know. Must be the hair.
Must be there.
So what do you think of Laura Dern? And then what do you think of Benicio del Toro as the I forgot his name, the code breaker looking guy.
Oh.
What do you think of those two?
Oh, they played their role wonderful. She played a role where you hate her in the beginning, then you realize, dang.
That's a good cause.
Yeah, she did it for a good cause, and then you kind of like her at the end, you know, where she literally destroyed the order by herself.
Yeah. We thought she's a traitor. No, she's just looking out what's best for the people, for the resistance. When you see it the second time, you start to root for her rather than Poe.
Yeah, it makes Poe more like the bad guy, you know, after a while.
It makes Poe human. He's not one of those scoundrel who does everything and everything's perfect. No, he has flaws. Not all characters are Mary Sue, as in perfect all the time. Even Rey is not perfect in this movie. Everyone is not perfect. Everyone is basically human or alien.
So, but hey, it gets better with Poe in the end movie, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, he redeems himself.
Yes, he redeemed himself. And then for the guy that plays the code break, he plays his role really well, you know. But here's the thing, you like him in the beginning, but you hate him at the end.
Yeah.
It's the complete opposite of the girl, you know.
And also, right at first, I know that it's Benicio del Toro. I'm more concerned with the audience, really, because nobody knows who Benicio del Toro is, aside from maybe with the makeup. With the good makeup, he'll look like the collector.
Yeah.
But he's in the shadow. He sort of looks like Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I thought it was Brad Pitt, but then his voice doesn't sound like Brad Pitt.
No, that's not.
I heard what you've been talking about. So yeah.
So anyway, Benicio del Toro is also good, despite looking like what, Brad Pitt. So anything, Mark Hamill.
You mean the Joker?
Yes, the Joker. What do you think?
Oh, I kind of sad that his role end here. Right, when he first appeared, literally the first thing came to my mind was the Joker. You know, it's not like Luke came to my mind, because the moment when he talk, you don't see his face, but when he talk, it's like Joker. You know, that kind of feeling I had. But then I got, because I'm so used to listening to him acting as a Joker, so I gotta change my mindset. Oh no, this is Luke, you know.
Luke Skywalker in this movie is okay. Now coming from me, because I love Luke Skywalker. He's one of my childhood heroes and teenhood heroes as well. I love Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker, even Joker. And my problem with this Luke Skywalker, he doesn't feel like Luke Skywalker. He looks like Luke Skywalker, but aging one. But it doesn't feel like you're looking at Luke Skywalker, except at the end when he's facing off Kylo Ren, because I really wanted to see Luke Skywalker wielding his lightsaber and then striking Kylo Ren, and to see his power and whatnot. I even wanted. I know he's aging and whatnot, but at least show him fighting Kylo Ren in a flashback. I'm hoping for something that we get to see Luke in action for the very last time before his departure. That's why I'm disappointed, because they kill off Luke at the end, and then that's where I start to be, emotional, and then I cried in the cinema, and he was there, and then he never gloat when your favorite hero is dying, and then he told me, "Oh, he's gonna die because he's losing power," and I said, "No, shut up, no, he's not," and then my tears running, and I said, "He's dying," and then when he disappeared, just like Force Yoda, and then I burst out crying, and no, shut up, and then he said, "Told you. Why would you have to ruin a moment?"
He punched me, you know. Yeah, you punched my whole arm was numb. You're like, shut up! Like, oh shit, that really hurts.
Okay. I wasn't. Maybe I was in the moment. I didn't realize that. Sorry, man. Sorry, boo.
I mean, when I watched that scene as well, my heart break. You know, I mean, Luke has been he was very confident during the old days as well. Like how he I can defeat you, Vader. You know, that kind of thing. But now he looks very lost, very sad old man, basically, you know. So yeah, but the moment when they show back, show that he has used his force to make like an illusion from planet to planet, especially, you know, it's like he doesn't use a communicator, he uses his force, and because he has been disconnected from the force, I in my head immediately oh dang, he had to use his life as well, you know, like really concentrate himself just to project it out and stall them enough time to escape, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh man, that really breaks my heart during that moment. And then what I also did was disappointed during that particular scene. Also, Luke smart in the flashback. I'm referring to the flashback. He wouldn't try to slice Kylo Ren now because it's not Luke. It doesn't feel like Luke. Luke wouldn't slice someone off unless he's very very angry, but I saw he's already balanced out it out with the light side and the dark side in Return of the Jedi, and I thought he's already a Jedi master in the flashback when he's about to strike Kylo Ren. I was hoping that he not strike him. That's not Luke. That's not how Luke would act. Luke's smart. Remember, he
didn't he also say that he couldn't do it?
Yeah, he couldn't do it, but he
But then-
wouldn't do it in the first place.
Yeah, but then when Kylo saw him, he shit, I gotta do it now then.
Yeah, but again, he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't burst into Kylo Ren's hut and then light his lightsaber and almost try to strike or even show a pose. He wouldn't do that. That's not how Luke is. I mean, the way they treat Luke is, it's not really. It's not Luke. It's some fan playing a toy that you own and then mistreating the toy. That's how it. The whole movie feels like someone else playing your toy, and then you.
Disney is playing with Star Wars.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're toying with Star Wars, and then you, as a longtime fan, burst into the room and then saw a little kid playing with your toy, and then you'll say, "Wait, that's not supposed to be here. That's not supposed to be here. No. What are you doing?" And then the kid says, "This is my new story." A continuation of your story. No. This character should be here. It's like, for example, let's say if there's a sequel to Clannad, for example, the anime, and then all of the characters, maybe Tomoe, for example, your favorite characters or your favorite cherished treasured character, and then they killing them off in the sequel. And then, no. The ending is the ending. Return of the Jedi is the ending, and I don't want to see what happened to the other characters, our favorite characters. They die, how they died. Han Solo died. It's redeemable, and they deserve better. Because every time if I watch Return of the Jedi, I know this is not the end. I hate that moment. I hate that feeling where every time I have to rewatch the old film, I'm gonna think, Nope. These are all lies. It is always set up. It's bullshit. All of it. So that's all. I don't know. I can't say anything else. But that's my only frustration. I mean, there's plenty more frustration, but that one character, the mistreating of characters, what
the most interesting thing was Yoda came back, phantom form.
in puppet form.
in puppet form as well. It's not like the CGI one. It's literally the one from the old.
Yeah. Empire Strikes Back. They're the one that Frank Oz played. So it's nice to see Yoda being Yoda, not the badass Yoda from the prequel. This is
The old senile Yoda.
the old scenario, the Master Roshi Yoda.
He literally like, and it's like, Master, I'm gonna burn this tree down. Okay, go ahead. Then he couldn't do it like, bam, lightning out of nowhere and burn the whole tree. And Luke was like, no, the book.
Oh, I do realize the second time viewing, I don't think they destroyed the book, because at the finale in the ship, I think Rey took the book with her, because when Finn opened some drawers, right, there's a bunch of books, so I'm assuming maybe that's the Jedi text. I think Rey took it. I might be spitballing, but it might be Rey took some of the book for future generations and whatnot, and then Luke having, he wants to destroy the book. But let's say if he found out that the books have been stolen, he might find Rey. Luke goes out and then look for Rey, and then where's the book? So maybe that's the reason why Yoda destroyed the tree, so Luke won't go in. That's what I think.
That could be a good plot.
Exactly.
But here's the thing, I like when he burned a tree, he started laughing like a crazy old man. And then looked like, really, bro? I love those two chemistry, He even hit Luke in the head, I think.
Have you read the book? Page turner, they're not. I like that. Yoda is amazing, this movie. He deserves an Oscar.
Oh, and then 3CPO. Being a traitor is not in my system. Then you go to the, I can escape now.
Because 3PO is always a pussy in this series anyway. And then the scene stealer, among all character scene stealer, BB-8. Do tell.
Okay, BB-8 has been the bros of the bros in this whole movie. In the first scene where he appeared, he helped Poe basically to restart the ship's arm system because he got shot somewhere, and he did it in a way that's very dumb. And then after he started to help Finn and the lady fighting off guards and get the escape ship ready and so on and so on. Then and one of the scene that really like boggles you, like really you can't even do that kind of situation where BB-8 took over. What do you call that thing? 80 something? I forgot the name.
Which one?
Where he took over that dang.
80. The Walker, right?
Yeah, the Walker, yes. So he took over the Walker and started blasting all the stormtroopers. Like, really? You can't do that too? And he casually picked them out like, bro, you need some Uber? That kind of thing. Oh man, BB-8.
That's right. There's so many conveniences in the plot. And I do that. Oh wow, thank goodness. I also remember when the best in the entire movie, second time viewing, audience gasped and like, whoa, the light speed kamikaze scene.
They're like, the main battleship is escaping. Screw them, we're going after the escape pod. Then they start to turn. Everybody point your gun towards it. Boom, she light speed through the whole battleship.
And then it goes silence.
Then you start to see the white light.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, that was like so good shot.
The debris and whatnot. Oh, nice. Finn is about to get assassinated, right?
Yeah.
Executed by Captain Phasma. And then when they jump ship, and then suddenly Captain Phasma was no longer there. And then
what happened? Like, how did she?
And then she fly all the way. And then she just march. Hey, wait a minute. So they all come together, gathering, and then they nearly got slaughtered. And then all of a sudden, they're someplace else, all the way fine, and they're able to march.
That intrigued me. Like, wait, how far did you fling off?
Yeah. And we also love the lightsaber duel between. Snoke is useless. He suck. He's very much useless. And I also get, he doesn't deserve the Emperor's theme. Da, 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 da. He doesn't deserve that. You suck.
Within a blink of the eye.
Yeah. He's useless. Captain Phasma also useless. You scum.
Oh yeah. At first I thought like, oh, she's doing something cool, you know, she's beating up Finn and whatnot. Then she got beat up so easily after that. I'm like, but hey, you notice stormtroopers, if they get shot by laser, they die instantly. But Fast was like, pew. What was that? You know, and I like how like Finn like, come fight me, you what is it?
Chrome drone. You chrome drone. Yeah. And then
But the subtitles, the Malay subtitles like chroma botak or something.
yeah. Bota means bald head. So anyway, we need to clear up. So some part we love, some part we didn't love. So the lightsaber duel between Kylo Ren and Rey is really good, but cut short. And then the lightsaber duel between Kylo Ren and Luke Skywalker is also good, but no lightsaber duel. It's just also abruptly cut.
It's more like frontation between Luke and Kylo. That's it.
It's basically Ben Kenobi versus Vader again. So anyway, we liked it, we don't liked it. So anyway, so check it out if you want. Whatever. So see you next year, and
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, and
Roll the montage.